And welcome back. We're
Wow.
here. It is Sofa Tomatoes.
I'm Mike Tomato.
I'm Tom Sofa. And we're back.
We're back. We're back, baby.
Another
Tuesday.
Yep.
Another special day. 1 week from the day the United States decided to explode.
True. Struggling.
We're here. We're therapied. We are medicated. We're doing the damn thing.
Doing the thing.
So, any updates you want to share besides, the impending chaos?
Not too much for me. I mean, just been kind of busy bouncing around, staying.
Well, you went to Costco, right?
I did go to Costco this morning.
What'd you get? I want to know your order.
Dude, this morning was very particular. I picked up Gatorades, waters for Rachel.
Okay, nice.
Very
kind.
For the studio.
Did you get the diapers?
I got the diapers.
Nice.
It was a whole thing about the diapers. They have, because there's sizes, of course.
Absolutely.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Babies grow, unfortunately.
Yeah, fortunately, unfortunately. There's pros, there's cons. But in this case, the one that Rachel sent me, of course, they didn't have. It was one that had like sizes 1 in there and sizes 2 in there.
That's bullshit. Costco has everything.
Costco had none of it. And the ones that they had were just size 1 or size 2 or size 3 or size 4 or size 5 or size 6.
Okay.
So I called Rachel. I kind of, you got to go back to that's the whole chain type thing. You got to call the initial person to make sure you don't get the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
And her call was to make my mom make the call.
Okay.
Which I think is a fair call.
I think so, as a woman with experience with young children.
Yeah. So we got size 2 because we figure a lot of people are going to get size 1 and that baby's going to grow.
Right.
And they're going to want the size 2.
God forbid that baby grows.
Before they know it.
Yeah. No, that's true. They grow like weeds.
Yeah.
These babies out here.
I do. So
nice. All right. So you got diapers. You got Gatorade.
I got Gatorades this morning. I got orange chicken. That orange chicken.
The frozen orange chicken.
Oh, you got to get that.
Okay. I've not had it. Like I said, I've had the Trader Joe's before.
Yeah.
And the Trader Joe's one works me out.
Delicious.
It is very good.
Yeah.
It's very good. So does the Kung Pao chicken from Trader Joe's.
Ooh, I like Kung Pao.
That one also works me out. It comes with like a little bag of peanuts in there too.
Yum.
It's good. It's delicious. Love it.
And then I got something called Sweet Heat.
Explain.
It's like, it's got some nuts in it. It's got some pretzels in it. It's kind of like a trail mixy thing that's a little bit more on the healthier side, but it's like, I don't know if it's roasted with hot honey on it, with some barbecue or something.
Okay.
It is
sweet and spicy.
Darn good.
Okay.
Darn good.
Love that. We love darn.
I am a huge fan of just, I'm looking for snacky things that are pretty healthy.
Okay, so when you're at Costco, you're looking for the snacks.
Well, this is one of the things that I got.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of stocked on some of the other basic things that I do usually get at Costco, but today was a different run type thing.
Gotcha.
So I got that. And then I got, as we know it's November, right?
'Tis the season, yeah.
So it's soup season.
It is soup
season. It's upon
season.
us.
Are you going to make soups?
Well, I got some.
Or did you buy pre-made soups?
I bought pre-made soups.
Okay.
I bought just like.
Why don't you make soup? Why don't you do that for yourself?
I sure could.
Soup is like one of the easiest things to make too. It's literally a set it and forget it kind of experience.
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you about the soup that I got.
Okay, tell me about your soup.
Okay, 2 different kinds of soup. One box thing. I get 4 and 4.
Okay.
One of them, chicken pot pie soup.
Okay.
It's that season. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I like chicken pot pie.
Thick
I don't know
and
about
creamy.
You.
I appreciate a pot pie.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not throwing it out.
Second one, chicken and dumpling.
I was just, in my head, I was thinking that those, like a chicken pot pie might as well be a chicken and dumpling pie.
Yeah, they're similar.
So it's very funny that you said that because that's literally what I was thinking.
Oh my goodness. I had the chicken and dumpling for lunch today.
Okay.
And I ate it quick.
Is it in cans or is it?
Can.
It's in a can.
Yeah. How did they use can opener the whole bit?
Do the dumplings hold up in the can? Is it Campbell's?
No.
No, it's not Campbell's.
Maria's or something.
Okay.
Love.
Good. like I Campbell's is like a classic in terms of like American soups. You know, it's an institution in itself. Andy Warhol, you know, did a thing about it. You know, we love Campbell's, but sure. I don't particularly like Campbell's that much. There's better cans of soup out there.
I agree.
I think the Campbell's broth, and this could be a hill that I die on today, but the Campbell's broth is butt.
Okay.
It is not good. The Campbell's chicken noodle soup might as well be just regurgitated soup.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
I'm not a fan.
Not my
Progresso, favorite. In terms of like the canned soups, not too bad.
Okay.
Not too bad.
All right. I'll show you the soup later. And
okay.
You'll let me know if you think it looks good or not.
Okay. Good.
I do have Campbell's in my pantry.
As every American should.
I'm an American.
Yeah, as every American should.
You know who's more American than me?
John Stamos.
True. My father.
Yeah. Okay.
My father's more American than me, just by a generation.
Okay.
And he just gave me the soup. This is just, you know.
He was cleaning out his pantry.
He had access, and he was just like, "Here, you want some soup?" I said, "Yeah, give me some soup."
Take it to a soup kitchen, you know.
Maybe.
Feed the hungry.
Yeah.
The tired, you're poor, you're huddled masses.
Yeah, it sounds like me. I need the soup.
Okay. Yeah. You know, I'm not a big soup person. Whenever, you know, like at a restaurant, it's like your meal comes with a soup or a salad.
Okay.
I've generally always been a salad person. I like the crisp refreshness of a salad.
Okay.
But in my aging age, I'm enjoying soups more. I'm seeing soups as meals.
Fair. It's having it in the pantry, cheap meal, doesn't go bad.
And quick.
Cheap meal doesn't go bad.
It's quick.
It's already made.
You know, so like I've made some lentil soup in my life. I have some lentil soup in my freezer.
Talk about aging yourself.
Lentil soup is delicious.
I didn't argue with that fact.
No, there's no
aging yourself by saying that you got lentil soup. That's an old person thing to do.
In my freezer.
Which I accept.
And you know, when I just feel like I need a little, you know, gut replenisher.
Right.
You know, I unthaw that thing and I just shove it in my gullet, and then my bacteria, and there's like yum 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 yum. It's delicious. Thank you so much.
It's fantastic.
But this season, I think I'm gonna try and make some experimental soups. I think I'm gonna be bold in my soup journey.
Is ice cream soup?
So milk, sweet milk.
Is ice cream soup? I think
no, ice cream is not soup.
Okay. Cereal soup.
Cereal is not soup.
Why not?
It's getting closer than ice cream.
Not cold soup?
No,
because there's a difference between hot soup and cold soup.
That's true. There is a difference between cold and hot soup, but I think...
How do you define soup?
I think soup requires an amalgamation of ingredients that need to settle within each other for at least an hour. So if you have cereal that sits in milk for an hour, maybe we're approaching soup.
I'm going to tell you something right now. There are people out there that like soggy soup. Or soggy cereal, sorry.
And that's disgusting.
Soggy cereal, sorry. Say that 5 times.
Soggy cereal, soggy cereal, soggy cereal.
No. Soggy cereal, sorry.
Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, the other two you could do.
No, I think that's jail. I would say that is a hate crime to Betty Crocker. No. Who's the guy that makes soup? Quaker Oats, that guy.
Oh, that's a good question. So you're saying, is cream of wheat soup?
Yes.
Because
yes,
I would argue that's hot cereal.
Semantics, but I would say that it's approaching soup. Oatmeal might as well be the same thing as cream of wheat.
But it's not.
Because it's oats. If there's more than just oats and whatever it's made in, then I think we can approach a cereal or a soup, whatever. But those ingredients, per my definition, they have to sit within the oatmeal for at least an hour.
No shot.
Because you need the flavors of the things to compound upon each other, and that's what makes a soup. Or, actually, let me change my definition. A soup requires a broth. So you need a broth of some kind. And then whatever happens after the broth equals soup.
Is milk not broth?
Milk is not broth.
It can't be broth?
Milk, no, it can't. By definition, I believe.
Define broth.
Broth is something that It's water mixed with some sort of herbaceous, or I forget the word. It's like your mise en place are considered these types of things, but it's water plus fruit, vegetables, meat, bones, whatever that steams or steeps or boils for a long period of time. There's got to be meat in it. Doesn't have to be. No, vegetable broth is okay. Can't. Vegans need to go. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. Vegans, we love you. But no, it needs to be water with some type of thing that is boiled within it that creates a flavor beyond just water.
Totally.
And that's broth. And then you need broth to make soup.
Okay. I think you're wrong, but that's okay. I respect. Well, I don't think you're wrong about your definition of broth.
Okay, thanks.
So, I'm sorry if my wording there was wrong. But I would say cereal soup. I would say cream of wheat soup.
Okay, then
I'd say cream of wheat cereal. I would say that soup is hot cereal.
Soup is hot cereal.
But I would say that ice cream is not either of those things.
I'm gonna say soup is not hot cereal.
Why not?
Because it doesn't have a broth.
Wait.
Cereal doesn't have a broth.
Sure does. When it's soup.
No.
And we're calling it
that's
hot
dumb.
cereal.
That's I gotta die on that hill. That's dumb.
All right. Well,
that makes no sense. That's out. To the ranch. That's out.
Well, I tried.
That's fine.
That's okay. I'm eating soup.
Like
I'll tell you what. Yeah, get back in the frame.
I just want to be out of frame for a little bit.
Yeah,
there's a party happening on the outside of the frame, outside of the box. I want to be outside of the box.
I'd prefer to be around the box.
What's in the box?
I don't know.
Do you ever seen Seven, the movie?
I've seen Seven, the movie.
Like you actually you have with
I think so. One time.
Where with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman?
Yeah.
Really? You've seen that movie?
Pretty sure.
Really?
One time. Don't remember much.
I'm kind of shocked because I don't feel like that's your vibe. You're very much like an Adam Sandler.
Most movies aren't my vibe, but we watch things.
Okay.
Over time.
So you get the reference. What's in the box?
What's in the box? Yeah.
It's Gwyneth,
and not only that, people.
It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Yeah. Scary stuff.
Yeah. Kevin Spacey's also in that movie. He's the bad guy, which he's also a bad guy.
He's a good bad guy.
He's also a bad guy in real life.
Good bad guy. And a bad guy.
Yeah, which is kind of a shame because I love House of Cards.
I know you do.
And he plays the main character in that. It's still a phenomenal show.
Sure.
But it's hard to separate the monster from the monster,
Hard to separate the monster from the monster. I guess it is hard to separate the monster from the monster. That's a good point.
Thank you.
Good point.
I'm out here spitting science.
Yeah, people like that.
Yeah. Factual information. We're in the age of factual information.
I'm here
to facilitate.
Facilitate away.
Thank you so much.
Cool.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Thanks for coming to my podcast.
Thank you, Sofa Tomatoes. You're here.
Because that's what we're here. We're here to inform. Where opinions are facts on Sofa Tomatoes.
We don't care what you say.
Exactly. We only care what you feel.
Exactly.
And your feelings are wrong. Man. Your feelings are invalid.
That's why we had that conversation about soup and cereal.
Mm-hmm. Because we don't care about your feelings.
Or yours.
Yeah. So.
That's why we're both right here.
All the time.
It's tough. Dude, what have you been watching? You got a recommendation? So, you got something? I mean, we just did the what's in the box thing. I feel like we might as well
jump off that. Jump off the movies. So I feel like I need to watch some scary movies. I feel like I'm deprived of some horror movies in my life.
Didn't we just miss Halloween? You should have done that a month ago.
I know, but there's no time like the present to be scared. And if this is nothing but a scary time, I don't know what is.
Fair.
So I'm thinking that I don't want to watch. Have you ever heard of The Terrifier?
No.
You ever heard of this?
Never.
So, well, you watched Seven, so I don't know what you know.
One time.
So it's essentially like a killer clown movie, but it's supposed to be very gross, very disgusting.
Okay.
Which is not my thing. I'm not a gore girl. I don't want blood and guts. I want psychological thriller.
I like thriller.
I want things that make me think a little bit, but also like I do want to avert my eyes in certain scenarios because that's the point of a scary movie.
Exactly.
But I don't know of anything like really on the market these days, that could really take me there. I'm waiting for like Ari Aster or Eggers, forget his first name. The guys who did Hereditary and The Witch. You know those people. A24.
Speaking a whole nother language to me, but our viewers probably know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I speak English. And I'm waiting for them to come out with something great, or even like Jordan Peele.
I do know Jordan Peele.
You know,
he went into the horror side, right?
He did, and he honestly, for his first movie, Get Out, exceptional.
Really?
It is. You've seen it, right?
Negative.
You have to.
Why?
Oh my god, it's so good. It is so good. It is a classic horror movie, and it's just chef's kiss. Like for his first debut film, he just nail on the head. Just it's amazing.
Just once, I want you to tell me to watch a funny sitcom.
I don't
just
like
one
those.
time.
I don't want to laugh.
I know, but I want you to give me a recommendation that's gonna like, you
know. See, this is I'm yang and you're yin. It's not. It's never gonna work.
I want you to come into this podcast and say, you know what I recommend you do? I recommend you rewatch Seinfeld.
No, I'll never do that. I will never do that.
I recommend you rewatch. Let me think about it. Scrubs.
No, I recommend you watch Going Clear, the documentary on Scientology, or what else is out there that could really get your brain, spinning and think,
let's go.
What kind of fucking world are we living in today? Because I did watch a documentary about aliens.
Good.
On Netflix. It was like the Manhattan abduction story, whatever.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm watching, I guess, is this Manhattan abduction thing. So
wow.
It follows this woman who claims to have been abducted by aliens. And allegedly people saw her fly out of her apartment in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
And, so the documentary kind of goes through these interviews. It's like, is she telling the truth? Is she not telling the truth? Is she making it all up? She gets her kid involved. Her kid was abducted. It's the whole thing. And honestly, it's very, like, to think about being abducted by aliens. It's kind of scary.
That is.
But at the same time, you can also see it, like, how we as human beings will go to, like, the ocean, we'll catch a fish and we'll tag it,
see where it's going.
It could be a similar process. If aliens are out there visiting us,
getting tagged,
we're getting tagged. I got a tag. I have, if I don't have tags from my vaccine from Bill Gates, I'm tagged by an alien, and let that be known. But
so do you buy it?
No.
Was she abducted?
I don't think she was abducted. Unfortunately.
You think if I just plea alien, they'll let me star in a show?
Maybe. Yeah, if you have a convincing lie, you have to be really good at lying.
How come there aren't more people doing this?
There are. We just don't.
There are more people doing this.
There's a whole community for aliens.
But how come there's not a bunch more shows?
You're just not watching the right channels. There's a bunch of shows. There's Ancient Aliens.
I know that one. I like Ghost Adventures. That one's fun.
Really? Ghost
not
Adventures.
Quite aliens, but
what's that guy's name? The main guy in Ghost Adventures. He's like, I'm a demonologist.
I couldn't tell you.
You know?
That show, it'll crack you up.
That show is so stupid.
It is.
But it's amazing stupid. Because it's like, they put out like, they go to like an insane asylum, right? Or whatever. And they put out this like little box. And all you hear is, and they're like, wait, did you hear that? It said, hello? Hello? And then they're just like, oh my God, it's happening. We found the ghosts. And it's just, but that is entertaining. That's entertainment at its finest.
So what was your recommendation again? Tell me one more time.
An alien documentary.
Oh, okay.
So or Get Out. And actually, no, you should watch Get Out.
I should watch Get Out.
That's my recommendation for you. You need to watch
What's Get Out on?
Probably Amazon, maybe.
Okay.
Or Hulu.
Yeah, I got that.
Just give it a Google. You'll find out if it's out on streaming.
Okay.
But it is worth the watch. It is
worth the watch.
It is a very good movie. And you like Jordan Peele, so. So there's a tinge of like, there's little like hee hee ha ha parts.
Sure
there's one of the characters plays like a TSA cop, and he's kind of like one of the heroes of the story. Mm-hmm. He's great. He's a great character. You would like him.
All right, Get Out.
Yeah.
No, Get Out.
All right.
No, I'm just
Thanks,
kidding.
Guys. This has been great.
That's not. No.
Do you have recommendations for me? And don't tell me to rewatch Seinfeld.
First of all, you'd have to watch Seinfeld for me to
I've seen episodes.
Yeah, you haven't watched it. You don't know what you're talking about.
I am not a dedicated fan.
Yeah,
but I know things.
Yeah, you're missing out. No, yes, I do have a recommendation. No, it's not Seinfeld.
Okay.
Even though I do recommend that to our viewers. But
all 8 of you.
2 of them are us. I would say that this past week we didn't get to finish it. We got tired, went to sleep, but we watched A League of Their Own.
Oh, the baseball, ladies in baseball.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
You've seen
with Madonna, Tom Hanks.
Love it.
Yeah, it's
so good.
It's a great movie.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, very heartfelt, very good.
Watched it this past weekend. We got through a little over half, and I just can't stay awake sometimes after a long day, but I recommend it. I can't wait to finish it. It's got everything in it.
You should. It's cute. There's no crying in baseball.
There's none, and we haven't even gotten to that point yet.
You haven't even gotten to that scene.
Rachel she's never seen it before. It's great. It's a good time.
It's a good movie, and I believe it's based off a true story.
Oh, it for sure is.
But that's awesome.
Excellent.
Congratulations on watching that movie.
Yeah, it's one of my. I've seen it so many times. That was like one of my rainy day movies growing up.
Really, I can believe that because it's sporty, but also heartfelt. Yeah.
My mom loves it. That's honestly what it could.
I could see Kathy like that.
She'd watch it with me because she liked it too.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good family movie.
Yeah, good movie. That's my rec. TV show wise, sitcom. Detroiters. Tim Robinson, dude, is
you
so
mentioned
funny.
This yesterday.
I know it's so good.
Does he have like stand-up specials, or is he just like a TV guy?
He's like a sketch comedian.
Sketch comedy guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very, very funny.
Was he on like the Snells or?
I don't really know
like that.
his background that well.
Okay.
But he's working on a TV show for HBO.
Cool.
Right now. So he did Netflix show called I Think You Should Leave, which is pretty good.
Okay. All comedies.
Detroiters, yes, and this other one's also a comedy, and it's about a conspiracy about armchairs or something. It's going to be very, very, very silly, but probably incredible.
Right.
Especially if HBO's on board.
If Lazy Boy was trafficking children or something.
I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue. Okay. No clue. It hasn't come out yet. They haven't given much info.
There's no trailer, nothing.
But it's green lit. I mean, it's
okay.
Tim Robinson, he produces. I'll tell you that much.
All right. Okay. All right. I'll look out for it because I got HBO. Yeah. I am a fan of the Chabos.
Yeah. Keep your eyes open.
They really do good stuff over there.
And it's Max now, by the way.
It is. Okay.
So, and that's my fault for calling it HBO so many times.
Why are we rebranding like 5 times in 2 years? Because first it was HBO.
Then it was HBO Max.
Now, or no, it was HBO Go, and then it was HBO Now, then it was HBO Max, and now it's just Max.
Yeah, correct.
Just be HBO. Just be HBO. Home box office. That's it. Because I don't know who the parent company of HBO is. Is it AT&T still?
I don't know how any of that works.
I think it's AT&T. And I've never been a fan of AT&T.
Yeah. If they own HBO, then I'm a little bit of a fan of AT&T.
I'm a fan of HBO,
which is owned by AT&T.
Right.
So you're a fan of
HBO.
AT&T.
No.
A little bit.
No, I can't. I can't do it.
A little bit. Do you have a hill for this week?
Do I have a hill? I do have a hill. And it's a little bit of like a political hill.
Here we go. We needed it.
Send it. Even this isn't a political show, but I like politics.
Sure.
And politics is who gets what, when, and how. And what we're getting is stupid bullshit. And how we're getting it is by stupid people. So the hill that I'm dying on today, and this is for all friends and family that is going to see this. And if you don't, that's great. If you do, fabulous. I'll still talk to you. But if you voted for Donald Trump, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And that's my hill. And it's the truest of hills that I could die on today. Because literally I cannot fathom the cognitive dissonance that you must have to work through to vote for a criminal, a liable rapist, the man can't even complete a sentence. And it's just astounding to me that we're doing it again. We're doing it again.
Scary times.
It wasn't bad enough the first time. We got to do it again. Run it back. And I can't believe it. And so that's my hill today. And, to the friends and family that are out there, I only have like 3 people in my life that I know that actually voted for the man.
Okay.
And if they ever do watch this, I don't hate you, but I'm incredibly disappointed in you. And I want to know why you can't see outside your little purview bubble and not vote for somebody like that. What is so wrong in your life to do something like that? But here we are. And this is the world we live in. So it is what it is. I've accepted the fact. I'm not going to go storm the Capitol, even though I think that would be so fun, right? To just storm the Capitol and we could have a parade of storming the Capitol. There'd be love on both sides.
Go off.
And I think that, that's the next step for us.
Okay.
But that's my hill.
I think it's a fair hill.
Stupid
I think it's
people.
a reasonable hill.
It's just so... And it was a week from today, so it's still a little bit fresh. The wound is still a little fresh. I'm sorry.
It's going to be fresh for a while.
It's going to be fresh on January 6th. It's going to be fresh when the tariffs hit. It's going to be fresh when abortion gets, banned across the United States. It's going to be fresh when gay marriage gets repealed. It's going to be fresh, man. It's going to be so fresh. And I hope when the leopards eat your face for voting for Donald Trump, that the leopards say, how fresh. How fresh is this face that's getting eaten by your own stupidity?
Hope you tuned in to laugh, you guys.
No, because you're not laughing. I'm not laughing. This is not a funny matter because it's just stupid.
Laughing.
I'm not asking you to laugh. I'm not trying to make you laugh. I'm trying to express the hill that I'm dying on today.
I know.
And I've had a week to reflect on this hill. And this hill, it needs nuclear bombs. I'm ready. I'm ready for the bombs at this point.
Wow.
I think that's where I'm at.
That's heavy, man.
So, welcome to Soap and Tomatoes, where facts are opinions and opinions are facts. But I hate Donald Trump, and I hate people that voted for him.
Boom.
Do better. Be better. Ugh.
It's that simple, you guys.
I can't.
It could be so easy.
But yeah, it's so hard. What did Patti LuPone say? She was like, whoever has paid for the dumbing down of America has done a fantastic job. And I totally believe that.
It's good work.
Because they really are. How do I... And oh my God, another hill that this isn't much of a hill, but the rant is going to continue.
Here we go.
The fact that... So we live in Illinois, right? We're a blue oasis in a sea of red stupidity.
Yerp.
And the fact that our governor, a billionaire, is going to be the guy to protect us, the guy who's going to save our rights of some capacity.
He's Batman.
I mean, it's as close as we're going to get. That's as close as we're going to get. JB Batman.
Done.
Pritzker Batman. I don't know if he can fit in the suit. He is a little bit of a big guy, but he's the closest thing we got. And if he keeps this oasis blue, I'm fine with that for the 4 years. And then, I don't know, maybe it'll be like the Trump Act of 2024 that, ruins the voting experience for the rest of us. But I don't know. Lots of what ifs, lots of questions, lots of frustration. I'm frustrated.
Fair.
Yeah, I just wish it wasn't happening, but here we are. You know what? I'm just gonna keep going. If there is do you believe in multiple timelines? There's multiple universes.
There's a billion.
You believe in that?
Sure.
It's fun. It's a fun idea.
Why not?
Our universe, we have to be the dumb ones. You think?
I don't like where we're at right now in this way, but I kind of like being a dumb one. It's kind of fun sometimes.
You think? Okay, yeah.
I don't like where we're at right now, but
no, that's fine.
That it's kind of fun to be dumb sometimes.
But if we were the dumb universe, you would be like, "That's cool. That's us."
Sure.
All right.
It is what it is.
Yeah, we're the dumb ones.
All we compared to what? I guess some.
I don't know. Universe when
the fact that all these cars are moving around and all these people do all the things we do, we're not that dumb, I guess. But
I guess. Although, have you ever seen a video of people that can't figure out a roundabout?
I've seen a lot of stuff like
We're
that.
nothing but animals.
Hysterical. It's tricky.
We're nothing but animals. I think it was Kentucky or something. They just installed a roundabout in a town, and there's like a drone view of like people trying to figure it out, and they can't. And and I remember turning. This is like back when I was at the restaurant. I remember turning to my friend, showing me the video, and I was like, "We really are nothing but animals, aren't we?
But
we can't figure out how to go in a circle." But yeah,
doing the best we can.
What's your wholesome hill? Because you're the wholesome hill guy.
Here we go. This is what I saved yesterday because we hung out yesterday.
You're right. We did play volleyball. We did do things.
And I told you that I got something, but I'm not. Because we were just talking about what was new, and I said I got something, but I'm not telling you today. You're gonna have to wait. Okay. My hill to die on is don't be scared to face your trauma when the time is right.
Wow. That's actually salient advice.
Okay. I die on this hill. Why do I die on this hill? I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to go into too much detail.
You don't want to unpack anything today?
I'm not going to unpack it too heavy, but I'm going to, long story short, I had a roommate that I disagreed with.
Yes.
And we left on not the best terms, and I have been traumatized by it for a while.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Not my favorite thing, but it is what it is. I'm, whatever.
Okay.
He was at a volleyball tournament that I played in.
Really?
For the first time.
Okay.
And I was very, very nervous. He wasn't in the same division I was in. He wasn't on the same court.
Right. But he was in the same building.
He was in the same building.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm a little traumatized. No need to fear or anything. Everything's fine. But still, it made me very anxious.
Sure. I think anybody.
I was shocked that I had hardly seen him after hours and hours and hours of being there. And then his team lost, and I was like, he's probably left by now.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked out of these two courts, and I turned, and there he was, and I just walked right past him, and right as I walked past him, I turned and I saw him, and I said, "Oh, hey man, how you doing?"
You said something.
I said, "Are you doing good? Is everything good?"
Okay.
He said,
look at you, nice
and he
guy.
said, "What's up, bro?"
Like nothing happened.
He said, "What's up, bro?" "Yeah, everything's good." And I said, "Great, good to see you."
I don't like that.
And then I kept on going.
I don't like that.
I didn't love it either, but I also didn't want any.
I mean, I
didn't want any heat or anything, but like, I wanted I wanted to acknowledge him that, hey, I'm here. I'm not gonna make a big thing out of what it was, and I am not like trying to hang or talk necessarily. But if he's gonna be in the vicinity once in a while,
right,
I got to be willing to be civil and just hopefully we just stay out of each other's way, and that's just all it is. But I don't want it to be like I'm like intentionally avoiding him. I don't want it to,
Yeah, ish.
I don't know. I know it's complicated. I know that it's not, but
I think that, like that type of interaction, to me, there's more unsaid than said in that moment.
Sure.
And I don't want to say that it's like, it's not two-faced, I guess, but it's not, it seems a little disingenuous, I guess, to be like, hey man, a little bit. I think like in that scenario, maybe you're just a little bit different of a person. I mean,
I definitely am.
You're more comfortable with maybe that confrontation of perhaps. But if I think I would just do like a casual like I acknowledge your presence, but I do not care to engage with you beyond just a hand, or like the white person smile where it's like the, you just like the lips disappear. I couldn't do that Because I mean, you guys really ended on horrible terms.
Yeah, not great terms. I wouldn't say it could have been worse. I think a lot of stuff just generally went unsaid. I didn't face the things that I disliked.
Do you know if like all the debts have been paid on his half?
They haven't. For sure they haven't.
Nice.
No shot they have. The debt collector, because I paid mine, I'm off that thing, thank goodness. But the debt collector told me that they haven't gotten in contact with him one time, which just doesn't surprise me.
No, if you have like all that blocked on your phone or whatever, you're not going to get it. But
whatever.
Fascinating resurgence of that person. And this is the same guy who was like, I thought he was kicked out of the group for.
Well, hold on a second. Don't go too deep into that. I don't want to.
We're not going to out anybody. We didn't name names.
I know. No, that was kind of different. That was like a group me for playing pickup ball at like North Ave.
Okay.
That if you're part of a Facebook group, that you're part of that. So like these tournaments, this is where these people don't totally know about that.
Sure. Okay.
And
I mean, for context, if anybody is curious, it's just uncomfortability around women.
Yeah.
He made women uncomfortable.
Fact, he did.
So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. And another fact is that other people, without me saying too much about this person, were saying negative things about him, that he causes a lot of trouble. Even when I'm not even there, he just hothead. So
is he even good at volleyball?
He is not that bad at volleyball. We could all be better in other ways. I would say that he's more offensive than defensive in his lifestyle and his mindset and his volleyball.
I think that fits his person.
Yeah, and I think that he's not looking to change up his defense and his lifestyle and he likes being offensive.
Okay. All right. Wow. Interesting.
In volleyball.
Interesting. Confrontation. Love that.
Yeah, I felt good after it happened.
You did feel good.
It made me.
You felt a relief?
I felt a huge sigh of relief.
Really?
Personally.
Okay.
So I'm happy that it happened. I'm not. I wish that he wasn't there. I wish that he wasn't playing in the tournaments.
Sure.
Just so then I wouldn't have to deal with it.
But I guess I mean, like, do you think you walked away from that being like like his life is still going on, my life's still going on? There's like some closure. Did you feel like a sense of closure then?
I felt a sense of kind of closure, more so just. I think that it's respectful. Not that not everybody deserves respect or whatever, but they kind of do. It's respectful to acknowledge somebody.
Yeah.
And I think that I don't, even though we didn't get along and we had a lot of negative things, I'm not gonna, I don't know, I'm not gonna just be like mean to him or like mean to his face or just like,
I think you should
just like,
I think you should
like
spit
if
on
he
him.
sees me and I just kind of go like,
I would have done that. I think,
and then
I think
make him approach me. I want to control the situation.
No, this is not an invitation. This is just an acknowledgement. This is not an invitation.
But you don't know. But if it's somebody who's offensive, you're setting them up to be offensive.
Well, then be offended by my non-invitation.
No. I chose to control the situation. Control exactly what was said so that I can get an exact response out of what I said.
Okay.
So that there was nowhere else for it to go and for me to get out of the situation and just acknowledge, get out.
Interesting. I feel like saying
personal
words
opinion
would be more of an invitation, but that's just my opinion.
Nope. I don't think so. I think that because we kind of ended on not the best terms, that I think that.
Do you even have his phone number still?
I do, but it's blocked.
Oh.
But I got it.
Okay. It's in there.
It's
in the contacts.
It's in there. But So yeah.
Okay.
That's my hill. Is I think
your hill is facing trauma when you're ready.
Trauma when you're ready, because there were.
And were you ready?
I was playing in this tournament no matter what. He wasn't just gonna drop it because he saw me on the list. Like, it's not.
I understand.
So
but you didn't see him on the roster.
I knew. Oh yeah, I did.
Oh, you did see him on the roster. That you should have shared that beforehand.
He was.
Because I'm under the impression that you just went to this thing and he happened to be there. But if you knew he was going to be there.
No, happened to be. Mm-mm.
Okay, so then you had time to prepare. You were getting ready, and then you were ready.
Not really, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Because he was on the wait list.
Oh, okay.
He was on the wait list. He didn't have a team. And I saw that he was on the wait list, and I checked the list probably every day for about a week to see if he was getting put on a team.
That's anxiety.
I told you it was traumatic for me.
Yeah,
so I seriously, it's not no bullshit type of thing.
No, for real.
So I literally checked it like every day pretty much to see if he was put on a team, or to see if it filled up and he didn't make it, because there were a couple teams available still. And then the day of the tournament,
he got the call
because they want to fill the spots. Somebody put together a team with him on it so that they can make the money. Of course,
it's always
which
money.
I get. I'm not upset that he's like it. It is what it is. Like, bygones,
right
at this point.
Yeah.
So, but it was day of that it was confirmed. I was preparing for the possibility that he might.
Yes.
But it was not confirmed till day of. And then
were you planning like worst case scenario? Like he's just gonna cuss you out on the court? Was that your worst case scenario?
Worst case scenario for me, because I knew that we were in different divisions, was that his court was gonna be right next to mine. And then
so he would just watch
we would just be kind of glancing at each other throughout the day.
Yeah. And the tension would build.
I'm sure it would make my games I'm sure I wouldn't play as well. I'm sure and thankfully the court that he played on was not next to mine. There was some space in between.
Okay. A buffer, if you will.
Plenty of buffer space, which is important to me in this scenario.
Yeah. And buffers are important when facing trauma.
For sure.
Yeah.
So and I didn't say anything to him until we were both out of the tournament. It was like
had a couple beers in you.
I did. I don't know. I don't know what was going on with him. I imagine potentially.
Were you feeling some liquid courage then at that moment?
No. I like I said, I thought he had left at this point because I knew his team had lost, and his team had lost a full match plus ago.
Okay.
So,
but he was still hanging out,
which I don't blame him.
For
it's
sure.
It's a vibe to watch more volleyball.
Sure. Yeah. More girls to creep on.
Unfortunately for him, and he actually stayed a little while after I said that, and he just sat and watched alone.
That's kind of sad.
Well, when you're mean to people and people don't really like you, and you make enemies with people, they don't want to sit with you. Because I was around about 30 of my friends.
Yeah. Well, that's a fuck around and find out, I guess, kind of thing.
I don't know. It just is what it is.
Right. Hurt people hurt people.
Hurt people hurt people.
Facts are facts.
Facts are facts.
But okay, face your trauma when you're ready.
Face your trauma when you're ready. Because these things take time.
They take time. Sometimes, I don't know if trauma is now the topic of today, but we can change it.
It is what it is.
But it is one of those things that sometimes you don't recognize trauma until it hits you years later.
That's true.
The body remembers, but the mind forgets a little bit. Yeah,
this was trauma the moment that things went south. It started becoming traumatic for me. And then there were at least 3-4 times that I had shown up to a tournament that I didn't know that he was going to be in, and he was in, and I wasn't playing it. I was just going to hang out with my friends. But because he was there, I just turned around and left. I drove straight up 40 minutes out to a tournament.
Damn. That's gas.
And then turned around and left, went home. Then that was my Friday night. Stayed home because I was so like, screw this shit.
I would have Venmo requested him for the gas money.
No. So, and that happened maybe 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's some frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got smarter about checking the list, so that I didn't have to waste that time, waste that gas.
Check your rosters.
Check who's going to be there.
Wow.
But now that I've seen him the one time, I wouldn't be so terrified or so traumatized, I guess.
Right.
To be in the...
I mean, obviously, you're not going to look for conversation
No, I'm not
trying.
No, not in any way, shape, or form. I said what I said the one time. I hope that we never say another word to each other. I'm glad I said the one thing and it's over. I hope that's the end of it.
Yeah.
But that's just fact.
Huh.
Right?
Yeah. No, that's true. I mean, not everyone can be friends and everyone's going to be friends.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's one of those things.
Got to roll with the punches.
You know, people are stupid. Face your trauma. Good lessons today.
Face your trauma when you're ready.
On Sofa Tomatoes.
Yeah, don't. But I think it's important not to force facing the trauma too, because it might need time to marinate.
Yeah, like a fine wine, so to speak. Yep. Things have to age. I think you also need to reach a point of reconciliation with your trauma. Like you need to understand it before you can confront it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You should at least come at it from multiple angles, try and get full context instead of just going with pure feeling.
Definitely.
I think, you should let your logical mind do some work in the healing process.
Agreed.
I think that's a good way to approach it.
Mm-hmm.
But, what do I know? I'm just a tomato.
And I'm just a sofa.
Okay, cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I think that's good for you. I think you needed that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm happy that it happened.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's over too. And it made it easier. I also felt like I was ready because I have gotten myself, my name is off the debt that was connected to him.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's absolutely no connection with me to him in any way. Like that is completely cut out, and it's just kind of. And now,
it's good. And that kind of thing that that thing that kills your credit, that it lingers, it follows you. It's literally, it's terrible.
I know.
And these, credit agencies, you can't tell them like, this guy's a fucking asshole. They're just going to be like, I don't care.
Only some people hear you out. Most people won't.
Yeah. It's, you're just a number.
Everybody's got a story.
You're just, there's a story behind every social security number.
Everybody's got a story.
Yes, I agree. I like that sentimentality.
We all got problems. We all got a reason why we got it tough.
Should we talk about lighter conversations? Something like a little bit more wholesome?
Let's talk about board games.
Board games.
Mike, what's your favorite board game?
Clue.
Really?
Yes.
And what's your character?
I like Professor Plum.
Really?
I do. I identify with Professor Plum.
He's cool looking character.
Not only is purple an incredible color, everybody looks good in purple.
Okay.
I like the idea of being an intellectual. So
yeah, he's fabulous.
Being Professor Plum in the ballroom.
It is fun to say.
With the club, or with the candlestick.
Yeah.
I do like that. I think Clue, because you have to name multiple things, you're building a narrative essentially.
Agreed.
And I love that drama. And where there's the confidential envelope, and you gotta get to each room, you ask questions, and you check your little thing.
It's a fun game.
I
like Mr. Green. I feel like he was
Mr. Green. Guy. Mr. Green is a guy. Have you ever seen the movie Clue?
I don't think I have.
Oh, it's a great movie. It was made in the 70s or something, I think.
Oh my god.
It's a great movie. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but Mr. Green's a G.
Don't. No doubt about that. And I like Colonel Mustard too.
Colonel Mustard.
Mustache on that guy.
He's great. He gives kind of Colonel Sanders vibes, but yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
Mrs. White, Scarlet something.
Yeah,
Miss Scarlet. And then there's another one.
Miss Peacock.
Miss Peacock. I also like Miss Peacock.
Miss Peacock was
I would say Plum and Peacock were my two.
I was Mr. Green through and through. Plum was my backup, honestly.
Yeah.
Plum was a cool cat.
Yeah.
But Mr. Green, green's my favorite color. Made it easy to pick, and you just seemed like you got it done, Mr. Green.
That's true.
So
that's true. In the conservatory.
Yeah.
With the revolver. It's great. It's a great game.
It's a fun game.
It's a good family game.
Clues, good
Murder.
time.
Murder's a great family game.
Muck Duck. That's
Muck Duck.
You know that the Office quote? Apparently you don't.
I know, like, there's been a murder.
No, Dwight Schrute. There's an episode where Dwight Schrute, I think he's talking to the camera, and he says, that's why it's called, ER is one of the harshest sounds in the English language. That's why they call it murder and not muck duck.
Oh, okay.
So
murder.
Yeah, instead of muck duck. Which anytime that I hear the word murder, I can't not think of muck duck.
You don't think red rum?
I think muck duck.
Okay.
I think muck duck's hilarious. If I think of somebody being on trial for muck duck, it's hysterical.
It's a little stupid.
I think that's brilliant.
It's
such a funny little.
That's true.
Little quick line.
Okay, so what was your game? What was your board game?
Oh, Monopoly, man.
You would be Monopoly. Oh, you would.
I want to run the board.
Were you a banker? Were you the banker of the family?
Depends. I didn't really need to bank.
All the bankers were thieves.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been banker and I've stolen a 500 or two, but I sure as shoot do not need to be banker.
It's too much math for me. Not interested. What was your piece? Well, yeah, I think
that's a better question.
What was your
right
piece?
There. My piece. These days, I'm a top hat guy.
Top hat.
Oh yeah, top hat is cool.
Honest Abe stealing from the bank, huh?
Top hat or thimble.
Thimble. Oh, the thimble. Thimble's a good piece.
These days, I'm pro thimble, pro top hat. Back in the day, it was A was race car.
Yeah.
B was boat.
Okay.
And option C was cowboy. And
there was a cowboy?
Yeah, he's riding a horse.
I don't remember that.
Pretty sure. And then going back to my rankings of these days, we got top hat, thimble, and then the best number 3 is the dog.
Yeah, I remember the dog.
And then growing up, there's like a one where a piece came with that was like a money bags piece, and that was always a fun piece.
Yeah, I remember that one.
But not all Monopolies have that.
Growing up, we had like the Millennium Monopoly board where it was like the pieces were metal. It was very like nice.
Ooh, fancy.
It was nice. It was fancy.
Yeah, I had a fancy board too.
My favorite piece was probably the boat. I think I was a boat guy.
Boat's cool.
And then after that, I liked the shoe.
Ooh, you always forget about the shoe.
I did like the shoe.
That's fun.
And then I would probably go thimble as well.
Thimble's classic.
And that because I like to put it on my pinky.
Exactly.
And that was fun for me.
Yeah, thimble's good.
Making Monopoly tactile kept me engaged.
That's so fun.
But I like people always said like Monopoly will destroy families and friendships and whatever. That was never my experience. I've only finished one game of Monopoly in my lifetime though.
You're not playing enough.
But I don't seek Monopoly. It's a long game.
Yeah.
It's a long game. Unless you like dominate outright, it's a long game. Do you play where you have to go around the board once before you can buy, or do you buy right away? I
really, really like the go around the board one time. I think that is the superior way to play. I did not play that way growing up.
Yeah.
But once I started that, I really, really did stick to it.
Because it's a little socialism involved. Because Monopoly is a game of capitalism. That's really what it's about.
Oh yeah.
And capitalism is a dog eat dog game. It's survival of the fittest. So buying outright from the get go is technically, I believe, how it's supposed to be played.
Right.
But I think kids would get a little upset when mommy and daddy would buy all the properties first and screw over the kids. And so they were like, well, we'll just, we'll go around the board once, give everybody a chance, introduce a little socialism.
Problem with going around the board once,
even though it's not socialism,
sometimes people get stuck and don't even make it around the board without going to jail.
That's happened to me many times.
Actually. And when that happens, somebody starts off with not even a chance. And at least for the most part, when you start off where you could buy right away, everybody's got a chance of getting a piece of a very solid chance of getting a piece of property in their first 2 moves.
But you don't collect money when you're in jail, even if you have property.
I've played it both ways.
You have?
Yeah. Usually you don't. Most of the time I play when you're in jail, you don't collect your assets.
I don't agree with that. You're a criminal. You don't get money.
Assets get frozen.
You're a criminal. You don't vote. You're a criminal.
Hey, listen, if felon can be president these days.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I have to rethink my whole.
You should be allowed to collect.
I got to rethink my whole strata of life.
In jail.
Okay. Monopoly was your game. I also really liked Sorry. I liked the popping button.
Trouble.
Is that Trouble? Or was that Sorry?
Trouble. Sorry had cards.
Sorry had cards. You're right. You're right. Sorry had cards.
Sorry.
I was thinking Trouble. I liked Trouble.
Classic.
Candyland. I remember Candyland.
You want to talk good board game? And I guess there's no board, but a little fun like game activity. Kerplunk.
Oh, I remember Kerplunk.
Kerplunk.
Is that what you gotta like pull the sticks out?
Yeah, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a cylinder kind of canister type thing. It's got a bunch of sticks in it. You put like marbles in it, and then you got to pull sticks. It's kind of a different fun version of Jenga almost.
Yeah.
But different, and it's a good time.
Dude, what was the game with like it was like a penguin on ice and you got to hammer the ice away?
Ooh, Break the Ice, I think.
Break the Ice?
Yeah.
That was a great game.
It's a fun game.
I liked that one. And then I also enjoyed Operation.
Operation's a good time.
I did enjoy Operation a lot. I wish you got shocked a little bit. Like, I wish there was a little more danger involved in Operation, like real surgery.
That's fair.
And then, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think of other games I played as a kid. I mean, Tripoli was kind of fun. That's more of like an adult kind of game. I love
Tripoli. That's a fun game.
Tripoli was a good game. My aunt introduced me to Tripoli.
Tripoli's good. I really like Risk.
Yeah.
You know I like Risk.
Yeah. Risk is fun.
It's another long one sometimes.
But I can entertain a game of Risk longer than I can entertain a game of Monopoly.
There's no money involved, which I'm sure you like. It's not as much math. There's still math involved when you're picking troops and this and that.
Yeah, but
and you're just rolling dice.
I'm not a numbers guy. I want a story. That's why I like Clue.
Clue's fun.
I want the narrative.
I really liked Life, the game of Life.
Yes, although it's absolute bullshit. It is not like real life at all.
It depends. Sometimes it's for sure not like real life. It's a game. It's a manufactured game where a lot of bad things don't really happen.
I got false hope in life.
One thing that I do what I always liked about Life was that the game of life, not actual life, is the it's fun, all the money you can get.
Yeah.
B, no matter whether you got the most money or the least money at the end, you still get to go to the retirement home. There's just a different one. There's a nicer one and a not so nice one.
That's true. That is true.
And the not so nice one still looks pretty nice. So, at the end, even if you lose, you still made it through life.
You probably end up in one of those rooms with like the flickering fluorescent lights and the nurses, don't give a shit.
I wish there was a death card in Life.
There should be.
I think that would be
real.
Hysterical.
That's real.
If you spin the same number 3 times in a row,
yeah,
you're dead.
You die.
You're dead. Or I mean, I don't want to take it too far. We'll just say you die.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need a terminal illness and then die.
I wasn't gonna say that. But I was gonna go to like family member. Like if you got a wife, your wife dies.
You got a two eights in a row. Sophie's Choice, one of your kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I'm here for that. Let's make the game of life, but like World War II.
Yeah, terrifying.
Absolutely.
I want Risk to meet Life.
That car is a wagon rolling through Poland as the Nazis are encroaching on your home.
Exactly.
I love that. That's real shit.
Yeah.
That's real shit.
There should be death tiles.
There should be death tiles. I think people should die.
I would really like. I've never really played Catan.
I have.
I think I'd like that.
Demi and Nick are really big Settlers people.
I know of this.
And I played with them, and that's the only time I've ever played, and it is fun. It is a fun game. I thought it was gonna be like a little too like fantasy, world building where like I just don't have the attention span.
Right.
But it's really not like that.
Totally.
It's not like the Cones of Dunshire or whatever from Parks and Rec. It's not like that. It's more like,
which is brilliant.
It's very chill, which I think people turn that into a real game, I believe.
If they're smart, they'll market it right.
But yeah, I haven't played a board game in a minute though. I like trivia games too. Like
trivia's fun, like catchphrase and stuff.
Catcher is a big game in my family.
I know it was.
Smartass.
Love Smartass. That was fun.
Smartass is a fun game.
Yeah, we played a lot of that.
Would you call like I know these are technically card games, right? But like Cards Against Humanity.
It's a card game.
Yeah.
That's a party game. It's not
those are party games.
It's not a board game. It's a party game.
Yeah. So like boards, you need a physical thing,
right,
to make it a board game.
Right. Kerplunk, not a board game.
Yeah. The Penguin Ice, not a board game. Hungry Hungry Hippos, board game.
Not a board game.
Not a board game.
I'd say sport.
Sport. Beyblades, board game.
Beyblade. It's kind of an arena.
Okay. Bring back Beyblades. Is that please?
That stuff's cool.
Is that like? Can we make that a thing again?
And then they battle each other.
Like
those things are cool.
You did it right. You played Beyblades.
Oh, I
had
a couple Beyblades.
Like you always had like your good one, and then you always had like your your mid tier.
Yeah.
And then your bottom tier.
Mm-hmm. I only had two, and I had a good one and a not so good one.
Okay, I think I had like 3 or 4.
I was always giving other people the not so good one, and I was taking them down.
Yeah, I remember.
Let's play. Here we go.
Beyblades was
1-2.
Game.
I win.
I enjoy that. Tops are fun. I think, there's a reason why they've been around for millennia.
Yeah, shout out the Jews. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
Did they invent the top?
I don't know if they invented the top, but I mean...
They popularized it.
They spin that dreidel.
There's like a Greek dreidel.
Is there?
Yeah.
What's it called?
I don't know.
Okay.
But my Yaya would know.
Okay.
It's a dreidel.
That's what I said, yeah.
Yeah.
A little dreidel.
Yeah, it could be a dreidel.
I like it.
But there was like a thing that we would play at New Year's sometimes in my Yaya's house where there was like a little drill involved. It was like, so we're Jewish. Like, no, it's Greek.
So confusing.
And I was like, but everyone tells me I'm Jewish.
Dang!
I thought it was happening. I thought it was like actually going to be true.
No, negative.
No, because I get mixed up for that all the time. And honestly, I like to fuck with people when they're like, so you're Jewish, right? I'd be like, I don't know. You're trying to kill me?
I'd say you don't look Jewish.
It's in the eyebrows.
You don't. I'd say there was a time where I felt like you looked more Jewish. I think
if I grew my hair out,
maybe.
Yeah. But then I've had a woman when I was working at the restaurant.
I've had a woman.
Let the record reflect. I've had a woman when I was working at the restaurant, and this one woman who was a lesbian.
Classic.
I mean, not that matters to the story at all, but she was just a very sweet woman with her wife.
Love that.
And she goes up to me. And she goes, "Are you Sicilian?" And I'm like, "Yeah." How did you know? She's like, "You look the most Sicilian I've ever seen in the state of Iowa." And I was like, "Wow, that's crazy that you can just clock me like that. Everyone thinks I'm Jewish." And she's like, "Well, I know better, and I know that you're Sicilian." And I was like, "Well, are you my paisan right now?" And she's like, and then she just started laughing. And she was like, "Yeah, I will happily be your paisan."
That's good stuff.
And she ended up leaving me like a $40 tip. She was a lovely woman.
Easy money.
I hope she's doing well. I hope she's good. The
paisans tip well.
They do. I mean, like the mafia, they're in it. They know what they're about.
Mm-hmm.
I think the mafia was good to the wait staff.
They gotta be, otherwise, one phone call away and
right.
Call them off
your cousin Jimmy's coming, Jimmy you to the bottom of the river.
Exactly.
And I think they did treat wait staff well, and
they got to,
and I like that. I do like that.
I think that's important.
If that's part of their legacy, I think that's a good one to have.
I think so too.
Bootlegging liquor and nice to their servers.
That's important.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
That bathtub gin, really goes far when you're kind to your waitress.
Bathtub gin, that's a good fish song.
Is it? I bet you, yeah.
It's a good one.
I've never been a fish guy.
Not yet. Time will tell. You'll come around.
I know, like, to the chagrin of you and Chuck probably, but like, it all does like how house music sounds the same to you. That all sounds the same to me.
Isn't that funny how that
works? It's just my ear is built different.
Yeah.
And I can't do it.
No can-do'sville.
Because it's also like, how are you dancing to this? I feel like you're just, swaying back and forth. Like, where's the dancing? But maybe you just have to be so tripped out of your mind.
No.
And then you find the dancing.
You just gotta figure it out, Mike.
Because like,
if you don't know, then don't dance. It's okay.
Yeah, but if you're going to a concert and you're listening to music and you're just gonna stand there, you're just gonna stand.
Yeah, I'm getting old.
At that point, you might as well just sit down.
Yeah, these days.
Why stand when you can sit? Why sit when you can lay down?
Exactly. Don't give me a bad thought. I don't want to fall asleep through a concert.
I mean, that honestly sounds pretty nice.
Yeah, but
you should sleep through the. Do you remember, like in middle school, we had to listen to the Surprise Symphony? Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should sleep through the Surprise Symphony.
Sure, I'm down.
I mean, you know the story behind that, right?
No, not off the top of my head.
I forget the composer, but he created the Surprise Symphony because he was pissed off that people kept falling asleep in his shows.
Oh, is that?
That's, I don't know, but it's probably Beethoven. But it is. It's literally just like it starts small and then it's like a big crash and then it like supposed to like.
Love that.
Yeah.
No falling asleep during the Surprise Symphony.
That makes sense
why it's called the Surprise Symphony.
Yes, it's a fantastic piece.
If they were smart, they'd call it.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't know.
Taking out the lullaby.
Human's Lullaby or something like that.
Lily's Lullaby.
And then make it be a Surprise Symphony.
Well, maybe that's just like
surprise,
the like fun name for it. But maybe when he released it to the public in I don't know what country, Austria maybe.
Yeah.
It was called like the Doofenshmirtz or something. And they were like, hell yeah, let's go see the Doofenshmirtz. And the woman would be like, I want to take a nap, so let's go.
I heard Phineas and Ferb is coming back.
I don't know why it ever left.
New season, I think.
I don't know why it ever left.
It's pretty awesome. I don't either, but
But yeah. Doofenshmirtz. Surprise Symphony. Get into that.
Board games.
Trauma. Trump sucks. If you voted for Trump, you're an idiot. Anything else?
Watch A League of Their Own.
Watch Get Out.
That's what I gotta watch.
Good recap. Wow, we have we have decent memories for one former Stoney and one baloney.
Yeah, it's only been one. Yeah, it's amazing what you can remember after an hour.
True. We really did it. I would say though, in just reflection mode, this is one of our more melancholy casts.
Yeah, but that's okay.
I mean, I really wasn't hitting you with any jokes today. Not okay. Like I hit you with a lot of jokes anyways.
You are constantly going for punchline after punchline. But yeah, this one was a little bit more melancholy, a little bit more on the serious side.
Which is fine. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think it's not going to be hee hee ha ha all the time. It can't be hee hee ha ha.
Next week's going to be so funny.
Sure. Stay tuned. But I have no idea what we're going to... You know what we should do? I don't know if this should be on the episode or whatever. We should rearrange your apartment.
No.
Can we?
No.
Come on. Let's make the space more livable.
Why? I live here.
Yeah, but I think it would be fun.
I know it would be fun, but... I don't know, man.
Change is hard. I understand. You're not ready to face that trauma, and we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna get there eventually. Trauma's intense. We'll get there. I'm not ready to purge everything quite yet.
There's no purging. It's just rearranging.
But if I rearrange, I'm gonna find stuff to purge, and it's gonna be that's gonna be the good time to purge is when you're rearranging.
And that's nothing wrong with that.
I know, but you're telling me that we're gonna rearrange and I'm not gonna purge, and I'm telling you if we rearrange, I am gonna purge, and then you're like, yes, I agree with you, which is fact, which I accept. But that's why I don't want to do it, because I don't want to purge, meaning that I don't want to rearrange because it's going to lead to purge.
I understand that logic.
I know you do, because it makes sense.
But I think that it would be good for your household.
I think it might be good. I think it might not. I think it could ruin everything.
Because I think I'm partly
one wrong turn
craving a rearrangement because I can't rearrange my apartment right now. And I just I need a living space to be put together, and I don't have that. and I'm waiting. Even not to say like my apartment's like totally in disarray, whatever, but like the lack of living that I'm doing in my living room is a little bit like, I want to live.
Yeah, my apartment's a little bit in disarray, but not completely.
There's ways where you can make this space definitely more functional.
You say that now, but
it could make filming this a much easier experience.
Maybe
where we don't have to like slide in and out of frame.
Well, we set it up wrong on this one as far as the frame. Next time we're gonna set it up right from the get go, and then we're not gonna have to do so much slipping and sliding.
Maybe we should prop that up a little bit higher.
Prop what up higher?
The camera, like
so that it sees us up here.
Well, just like so it gives us a little bit greater depth of field. The higher you go, the more depth you get. Like, just my opinion.
I'm open to it.
And that way, it's like up here, so it's just the pretty visage is really all that's being focused on.
I guess, yeah. I mean, people don't want to see my gut, I guess.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the gut, but the visage is what keeps them coming back.
That's a good point. I'm open to it. There's some things to think about. Maybe next week this place will be rearranged by the time we're recording.
If it is, I will be amazed.
There's no shot. I'm so busy.
I'll be amazed.
So busy.
But you let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Because I'll
Cold
help.
winter day.
I'll do it. We're
getting there.
It's really not much. I already have a vision.
I like where your head's at.
I like where your head's at. A vision of a vision. Look at. He could even have more lounging sofas. I'm pointing to a dog for those that can't see.
He looks comfy enough.
He could even have even more lounge space to really fuck around.
Yeah, it's a good point.
And when Dwayne's here and he gets the zoomies, Dwayne could jump off so many more sofas.
That's true. But then I got to get sofas.
Well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
One step at a time.
We're not ready.
But I think it could be great.
It could be.
I would enjoy that. I would Marie Kondo the shit out of this apartment.
We're working on it, Mike. We're working on it.
And then after that, I will hopefully be able to Marie Kondo the shit out of my apartment.
I'm sure that's...
And then we can film on my couch, because I have a couch.
Yeah, I'm down to do that.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, you guys. I'm Tom Sofa.
Mike Tomato.
This is our podcast. Tune in again next week for a lot of laughs next week.
More melancholy.
Yeah, a lot of laughs.
More Meloncauliflower.
No, we're going to
laugh. Maybe that's the name. More Meloncauliflower.
More Meloncauliflower.
It's a pun and a vegetable.
Don't forget it. We got to sit on that. We got to upload it, and then we got to write that down real quick.
Yeah, I'll put it in the list.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.
It's still recording.
Noted.